The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Listener or viewer discretion is advised. This podcast episode is for educational purposes. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast does not reflect the views of our employers. Where applicable, any allegations are alleged until proven in a court of law.
Thank you so much for watching this upcoming episode. Please don't forget to like, follow, and share. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us for another episode of Us Now Podcast.
Hello, everyone. We are excited about this episode, and it's definitely going to be on the lighter side, which I feel like we need. First things first, Tanya, please, let's get that stuff out of the way.
Yeah, I did want to acknowledge what's happening. And within the last week, it's the last week of January that we're recording this, possibly February 1st. And this week there has been 2 plane crashes in 1 week. And we wanted to acknowledge the people who are no longer with us in this world because of some really horrific airline accidents. So rest in peace to the people who have lost their lives. And then, of course, may the families find some sort of peace in working through this and keeping their faith as they go through their healing process. Yeah, I wanted to say that. Yeah, no doom and gloom. We are really trying to stay away from that. We really feel like we need more good news, but all right, let's have some fun.
Yes. Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah, our condolences. But like we said, we made a promise to do something lighter, so let's go.
All right. So, what is the worst thing you have done after a bad breakup or any breakup? Over the summer, we found an article, Bad Breakup Revenge. I think that's going to be the title. We found an article from BuzzFeed for a man who reported his fiancée and lover to the FBI.
Girl. I think that's some pretty good revenge. And I admit that I've done some revengeful type things.
Same.
But this right here.
Epic.
Girl.
Justified in my pea brain.
I agree. He did that. He definitely did that. Okay, so hold on.
Okay, all right.
I want to try to pull it up as you read. Okay. Are you reading? I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna.
You're You're so good at this. So sorry.
Oh no, thank you. It is from BuzzFeed, and the author is Elizabeth Cotton, and she's at the time was one of the staff over at BuzzFeed. And it does stem from a subreddit of Am I the Asshole? I love the Am I the Asshole subreddit. I'd be like, it'd be so juicy. I love it. But I'll give you the Cliff Notes, all right? And we're happy to share the whole article should you want it. But ultimately, this gentleman met his phenomenal, what he thought at the time was a phenomenal woman, successful, great job. You know, he felt that she was on his level, and so much so that he decided to propose. They were going to get married in 2025 in Bali. I don't know what they did for a living, but that's kind of nice.
I'm just saying.
We're going to get married in Bali. Not anymore.
Where can I find, sir? Where can I find you, or at least right? You got a brother? You got, like, do you like You like women of color? I'm single,
Right? I mean, serious Bali? Okay. But
and I don't want to get married in Bali because I don't want to do shit that reminds you of that trash. But
right?
we can pick a nice destination somewhere. But Dubai?
But I
Okay.
mean,
All right.
okay, okay,
Close.
okay. So
Okay, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
somewhere in the midst of the relationship, she kind of code switch on him and starts moving different. So he kindly
Mhm.
puts an air tag in her vehicle, follows her, finds her booed up with some other guy. And what I think is funny is how he maintained his composure after seeing her all the way driving back home. Because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm not strategic like that. I'd just be like, you motherfucker. Like, that's how I feel like I'd play it. Right? Because
Mhm.
I would be too angry and emotional to be like, sit back and think. I feel like that's how I would be, but I don't know.
Mhm.
Because I've been in similar situations, but no
I've
FBI.
seen you be very tactful. And
Girl.
I told you that's one thing that I admire about you is
Mm,
that even when you giving somebody the business, it's almost like nice nasty, which I love. I love nice nasty. Like
I have
if
mastered
you
it.
haven't mastered you haven't mastered anything else, girl. You mastered the nice nasty. I don't care
Depends
what
on the
nobody say.
situation. You know,
You
you have heard of when, like, there is a fire in me that not everyone gets. But if you get it,
okay.
you deserved it.
You're on
You
it.
know that. You
You saw
deserve
this
it.
coming.
Like, it is
Okay.
like, don't test me, please. Yes, I am kind
Right.
hearted. And
Right.
yes, I might be a nice person, but everyone has their limits. Like this fella here.
I agree.
Right, right. And I'll
Girl,
share some of the things I
girl,
did. And
keep going. Keep going.
I'm happy to it, right?
Oh, no, no, no. Okay, 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 okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, so he gets his I don't know how he calmly got himself home from the scene to calmly confront said person about this affair. And then it comes out that she willingly shared with her fiance that she was involved with this guy cheating and that there was some scamming involved with OnlyFans. The guy was taking like her boo thing was taking credit card information, scamming people to fund her new OnlyFans. Now, I don't know if this story is true, but it is juicy. So, allegedly, on all accounts. But the fella played it real good, calls the FBI. A couple weeks later, she gets arrested. And here we are. It's funny as
Talking about it.
hell. Here we are to talk about it.
So I
Mm,
confess that I probably done some things out of anger,
same.
right? And sometimes it's not even an intimate partner, right? Have you ever been petty
Hmm.
with like you know, you can be petty with anybody that hurts you if they hurt you bad enough. If you're anything
Mm.
like me, you're gonna be petty. Because I know,
Mm.
and I think that's how come I confuse people a little bit sometimes when I'm hurt because not you. Because I feel like with you, if I'm hurt, I'll come to you when I'm hurt, right?
Mhm. Yep.
But some people I don't feel that with. So I'm not gonna come to them and say I'm hurt. I'm gonna join the petty group and I'm gonna be petty. Like,
Mm.
you know, like make posts that you know got to do with you,
Mhm.
but I know that you're such a self-absorbed person. You're gonna look.
Go ahead and sip that. Mine is empty.
On that. But I've done petty and I've done some revengeful stuff. I can't even lie. Like I'm not I was younger.
Mhm.
I was younger. how much I'm willing to confess. I don't really know.
Same,
I've never called the
same.
FBI on anybody, that I will say.
Me either. I've never involved the law on any part, but I have been afraid of feeling like you're taking this too far. You will be in jail if you keep on this path. I have had that moment that I
Yeah,
can say.
I can relate.
I have had that.
I actually
I
had to
have.
turn myself in.
Girl. Well, here's the thing. I don't understand. And
The
I'll
charges
share.
was dropped.
I know.
Let me throw that out there. The charges were dropped.
Mhm.
Let's be clear. Okay, because I don't want everybody to be like, oh my God.
Oh
But it's
no.
okay because we know other people that can do all kinds of stuff with a criminal record. But we're not gonna go there. Anyway,
I guess if you got the money, but we don't.
oh, that's what it is.
Yep.
That's it. Bing, right there.
There you go.
So if you want to share and how deep into it is up to you. But like, have you ever really like done something that was so, I know you just said like literally like 2 seconds ago, you had to be like, hey, if I don't change how I move, this is probably gonna end badly for me, right?
Yeah, like there's like one, maybe one or two things that I don't feel like I would ever like. I'm so embarrassed by it. I'm more embarrassed on about the fact that I let someone else's actions turn me into a fucking psycho because I feel like I was headed down to like, yo, things are gonna end badly, not for that person, for you. And of course, I mean, like my ex
Mm,
husband, it was gonna end badly for me if I kept it up. But I've done some stuff. I always say like it takes a lot
mm,
to get me to the screaming shrew type shit. And if I'm at that point, like
mhm,
I have had enough. And it's gonna be ugly.
mm.
But I did one time, and I'll get into some of that stuff. But I once egged an ex's car.
Did you do that? Did you do the A?
I did. I egged
Ooh,
because he loved that fucking car.
how did
And
that work out for him?
I mean, I don't know, but we would. It's just funny because like I lived in New York, he lived in Jersey, and
Hmm.
this is the guy who actually ghosted, and this was Mr. I married but
Mm,
separated, and me and my dumbass being like, that ain't
got you.
it ain't right because I don't know, I was stupid and dumb. I didn't really
No,
understand it.
don't say that.
No, I
Don't.
was.
Mm-mm,
Yeah, no, I was. I'll be honest. I can acknowledge it. Now, I'm not saying that he's not responsible because he was older and knew more about
mm,
life to know that I was young and dumb, right? So there's some blame there. But I take blame for my
mm,
part in it because I assumed like, hey, if you say that you're separated, then for real you separated. That means but it's really not for some people. Um
okay.
but I just feel like I should have made a better choice because I was in my 20s, maybe 21, maybe 20 even. I don't even know. But he loved
Okay.
that car and I lived in one of the five boroughs. So I was like, bestie. Now she was the bestie who, if you say anything, she's not asking no questions. She's like, all right, let's go.
Just there, like I'm there. I got you. Like,
Let's do it.
yeah, that's how
So
you be. That's the real bestie right there. Like we ain't gotta ask no questions. Just tell me what we
notice,
doing, where we going.
but notice
That's
I'm
it.
not doing this. I'm like, shing, because this was the time we had these. So it was
Uh,
me, her boyfriend's friend. So the four of us drove over the bridge into Jersey, paid tolls and everything
okay.
with a carton of eggs. Oh,
Girl.
girl, I don't know what the fuck we were thinking, but we were just kind of like, we didn't want to get caught, so we just started throwing eggs. I don't even know if anything made like contact with the fucking car. I just know we was throwing eggs and trying to hightail it out of there really quickly. I was like, what purpose did this serve? And then we went to a diner later.
I hope y'all ate eggs.
I don't know what we ate, but it was one of those 24-hour dinners. I believe that's how it
Wait,
played out. I wonder if she was pregnant at the time, and that's the shit that kind of gets me because she was like, "Let's go, we going."
let's do it,
Yep, no questions. She's like, "All
girl.
right." Mary. Yep, but that's one of them. That's a more funny one that I can share. Fuck. Hold
I,
on.
I,
So, it's funny how I can look back on that moment and just kind of laugh about it. Because at the time I was so angry. I was so hurt. I was like, this motherfucker, how you gonna ghost me? Your old ass to know better. And he was,
girl, yeah. Don't be the worst ones. But like, bitch, you sharing that with other people? Like,
yes.
uh, like if I was you, I would keep it to myself. But now that you want to let everybody know, we gonna let everybody know.
I mean,
And
shit, lucky
and
he had a
usually,
wife who was okay with.
and then the thing is, but those be the ones that we, for whatever reason, we see great things. If you can understand what I'm trying to say, what I mean by that is like, okay, like even though that person had like, it was other things about that person that you was like, oh, I'm into this person, right? And
He
then
was
to find
handsome.
out, no, right? Oh, well, that's what that. Sorry, sorry.
I mean, he was handsome, but in retrospect, I'm like, maybe he wasn't that.
That handsome, isn't it like
Yeah,
that? Because when you,
yeah.
especially once you realize their personality, you're like, oh, you know. But it's things about them that make you look past the imperfections, and then to find out that they're assholes and that they're cheaters, you're like, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it even worse, right? Because you're like, I
Mm-hmm.
look past the fact that you
I
could make
look.
me nut, and you out here sharing it.
Mm-hmm.
I look past the shit for you to do that with that.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting. He
Mm.
deserved to get his card. Hey, I hope you got it good.
I hope I did too, but it was in the middle of the night. It was hard to tell. But it's so funny because
I,
it
I,
really did create this lasting memory that I just like, that was a good day, despite everything.
I did sugar. I did sugar in the tank before.
Mm-mm.
I so did. And I played it off, girl. I played it off. And I feel like it was sugar in my tank because I helped purchase the vehicle.
Put sugar in
So
mine,
I only
somebody else.
sugar mama there, bitch. Sugar mama there.
Whoa.
But anyway, sugar mama to a new level. But and the funny part was the person was literally talking to me on the phone like, oh yeah, I'm having car trouble. I'm about to get my car towed. And I was like, really? Where you stuck at?
Shame.
But I knew where they was stuck at. Oh, you need some help with that? You need a ride? No?
Dude.
Ask your, ask your little girlfriend that she was sleeping in that bed with. Ask
Okay.
her, ask her to do it.
I
And I played
wonder.
that shit off so good. I'm pretty sure that that person knows. If they didn't know, they probably know now. But,
Well, then this comes out.
oh, they will. They're going to get. But I feel like a lot of us have, not a lot of us, anybody could be pushed
Mhm.
to a point of like, damn, that's so out of character for me. Now, at that time when I was younger, that probably was not out of character for me. Now that would be out of character for me
Mhm.
because I have grown and I've developed and I've matured, right?
Yeah.
To where now I'll probably just block you and walk away, as you can see, because I did have a recent situation where I was kind of disappointed. I was like, you know what?
You done.
I
I'm
I
done.
I I think I'm going to block you now.
Mhm.
Yep. I think
Sucks
I'm
for
going to block
you.
you now. I mean, it does, because I'm like,
For
good
that guy.
people, bitch. I don't know what your fucking problem is, right? But I definitely, I've done that. I've done that a lot. And sometimes, at one time, I used to be like, oh yeah, I'll block somebody in a minute. But I would hope to be in a place where I don't have to, but these bitches out here be fucking bugging.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting how like we have to do things now because in the back in the day, it's like there was no social media or there it wasn't such a big thing. So like in order to kind of start cutting ties with someone, I think it might have been a little bit easier back then. But nowadays it's like,
Easier.
well, what social am I on? I gotta block you from all these damn places. It's like, yo, a little
And
bit
then
harder.
and then you remember, oh yeah, shit, I forgot about that one.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I have to Google, oh, how do I block somebody on this one?
Yeah. Right. Cause it's not so some platforms is not so easy to find out. Like,
It's
how
different, right? It's
right?
different. Like, how do I do this? On my phone is
Um,
so simple. Like, I just go by the contact, see the block, done, right?
mm,
Or like some social media platforms is different. They got to go into, what is it, security or privacy settings or some
yeah.
bullshit. The fuck?
Yeah.
You
Like,
ain't
who
got no
got
little
time for
block.
this? Yes, there's one platform in particular that seems it's like you have to dig to get to what you need. Where it's not so
Mhm.
easy. It's like, where's Waldo? Of how do I block this person?
Like, wait, I think, I got it. I got it. No, that's not it.
No, not it.
No, that's not it. Like that.
Now, I've never been to the point where I felt like I needed to call the law. But like I said, I've always felt like there's a moment where I was like, no, I might end up being in a really bad space. Um, and I think I can't even think of like the worst thing, real talk, the worst thing I've ever done. I can't even talk about it. And not out of, yeah, I can't even talk about it. I won't even. And there's one more that I'm like,
I'm
but
pretty sure if you did, I'm pretty sure everybody would be thinking, "Good for you. They
oh, he
deserved it.
deserved it.
Every
He
bit of
deserved
it."
every
Okay,
last
all of
bit
it.
of it. Like, we were talking about this
Dust them off
earlier.
and bring them back. We'll do it again. I'm
Hell
sorry. I'm
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
It takes a lot to get me to a point where I'm like straight full on Karen. Well, maybe not so much nowadays because, I'm perimenopausal. So that has changed how I move a lot. So my fuse might actually be a little bit shorter because of the hormonal thing. But I try really hard. But like there's stuff that I've done that's not proud of, but it was never involving like law enforcement. But I will
Right.
say the one thing to catch me is like a lying, no good, cheating ex-husband is a sure
That will
way
do it. That will definitely do it. I'm mad
every
at
time.
anybody.
Hmm. That did
Yep.
it.
That could do it.
Took
That
me
could do
straight
it.
out of character. Like this ain't even
Or baby
you.
daddy. Or baby daddy.
Or like,
In my case,
hmm.
lying, dirty, cheating, baby daddy.
And I'll give
Or
you some context.
lying, dirty, cheating somebody else's husband
I'll give some context here, okay? Which
or
I'm happy
laying.
to because it ain't shit I did wrong. But
Okay,
said ex-husband
okay.
cheated with someone on his job and took such person on a whole trip to Vegas. This is why I have no love for Vegas. Like I'm just like I anyway, took that person to
Oh,
Vegas. I knew about it because I had access to said person's emails. So while he was steady lying and saying this didn't happen, I'm like, I see it all. I could see everything. I saw everything. And I'm like, you sitting here telling me that this ain't true and I'm fucking imagining shit, but I'm like, I can see it. But
wow.
that no lie. I mean, I think like I called his job and was like, yo, did you know? Because it was messing with someone at the job. I was like, did y'all know that so and so was messing with so and so? And the funny part is, I think there was someone else at his job that had the same exact name, and they know who's. Damn these fucking Ricans, they can't.
A or B? Eh,
But he
Let's
kind of
start
dodged the bullet.
watch everybody. We gonna be watching everybody, man. Everybody has been. We gonna be like this right here.
It's like, which
Wait,
one of you dumb mother effers got this chick calling the fucking precinct? Which one of you? It's one of you.
one of y'all motherfuckers,
Yes.
y'all
Yep.
not good at this cheating thing. Cause
Yeah. If
wait a
I
minute, was the
remember
other person? Wait,
correctly.
wait, 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 wait.
Mm,
Wait, was the other person married too?
I don't know.
Oh, that would be so fucked. Oh,
Right. I'm
man,
so sorry
man.
to the person who was
If
accused but wasn't.
identity, identity issues. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, can you
Yeah.
imagine? As they
No.
were married too, they're probably looking at their husband like really side eye. Girl, you might have caused two divorces.
Seriously. You ain't lying. But I find it funny now. Ain't that fucked up? But I mean, yeah, if I remember correctly, I was after I had already done
I'm
it. I
sorry.
was like, wait a minute, how they
Oh,
gonna know which one of
oh
these
shit.
motherfuckers I'm talking about?
Oh shit. Oh God. Oh wait. Oh, you
I
lost your
wasn't
wife?
thinking.
I lost mine too. I didn't even know that.
I mean, maybe it was both messing with the same girl because she seemed like that type.
Oh, oh. That's a good way to call somebody a hoe. I mean a garden tool. I mean what you said.
But it's true. I think at one time
Uh-huh.
I called her up and I was like, this is that we are like married. Oh no, I'm not a side chick. But her kids were in the car, so she had to play it off. I kid you
Oh no, you're
not.
not a side chick. You're right, hoe.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. And I like that person had been to my home. So there was no way to deny
All
that
in your
this
face.
was a thing. So like that person had been to my home and I was like, yo, you're fucked. Like I will make your lives fucking miserable. And I did for a little bit. But like it wasn't even her. It was her because she knew. And it was
Hmm.
him more, because like I wasn't
Hmm.
married to her. I was married to you.
Right.
And he did
Right.
some really dirty shit through the course of it where I was like, yo, I don't even know how I'm gonna get out of this, but I need to get out of it. And that was one of my crazy antics. I'm gonna embarrass the fuck out of you. I think part of my thought was, you know, she played in my face. You are playing in my face. And I was like, since you want to sit there and play in my face, I'm gonna embarrass the fuck out of both of you. And that was kind of like, and was it the right thing to do? No. Did they deserve it? Hell yeah.
Yes.
Just
Every
saying.
bit of it.
Every bit of it.
Hmm.
Um, but there's nothing like someone betraying your trust to kind of make you do some dumb shit. Yeah.
Yes, true. I don't think what he did was dumb. I know that sounds like I don't think what he did was dumb. And I've done dumb stuff, right? What he did was so damn strategic. Did that
Hmm.
say it? Can I
That
repeat that? Can
thing,
you tell me
whatever
how
that is,
strategic?
that thing. He
Man,
was he played it smart. It was pretty epic.
it was like, but you know what it kind of reminded me of? A situation that I knew I was over.
Mm.
Like when you're over a situation, right? When you know that you're really done with a situation, it allows you to move a lot more calmly.
Mm. Okay.
And,
Okay.
and because I look back to a situation that I was in some years ago, right? And initially, when this person would do certain things, I would get irate. You want me to pause?
Mm-mm. No,
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 no.
he's good.
Mm. usually when that person would do things or I would find out certain things, I would get irate, I would get nasty, I would argue with that person. I would let that person know whatever information I had or whatever it was that I was thinking, whatever it was on my mind. But when I knew that I was done, I didn't open up my mouth. I didn't argue. I was so calm about it. It was this calm. And I think that's how that person knew. I think that's how that person knew, okay, no, this is definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
This is not Neen. This is Janine. Maybe I shouldn't say Janine. Okay. So this is not Neen. This is Jay.
Mm-hmm.
And they could probably see that shift. They could probably see, oh, she's not cussing. She's not fussing. She's not screaming. She's not asking no questions. It's just matter of fact.
Here's how it gonna go. Right?
This is what
Yes.
we're doing right here. This date,
Mm-hmm.
you be gone by this date? And there's a place that handles the paperwork. We can talk to these people, sit down, talk together, and make some agreements, or what you want to do, what I want to do. We can, it can be non-contested,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it wasn't until that person really realized I was going through with it to when it started to get ugly, right? At
Mm-hmm.
first, it wasn't ugly. At first, it was, oh my god, oh my wife, oh my wife, oh
The
my
self-pity
god.
party.
Bitch, I wasn't your wife last weekend. I know I wasn't.
Mm.
I, no, I was never your wife because you would have handled it different.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
weren't even friends. We weren't even friends,
Yeah.
you know?
It's so true.
And,
It's so true.
you
Like,
know,
it's
isn't
just
that
basic
crazy?
respect. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've had that before. As a matter of fact, after I do, well, anyway, I've had that before where someone will come to me, and I think I'm going to make a post about it. Maybe when I'm trying to do an ad for this one right here. Like, you can't tell me how much you care about me. You can't tell me how much I mean to you, how much our relationship meant to you, how important I am to you. Because if that been true, you would never put yourself in a situation
Mm-hmm.
that didn't include me or
Mm-hmm.
didn't jeopardize me in your life
That's right.
in that role. So none of what you say is relevant. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So whatever I do to you that might be vengeful, like tell you eat a dick
Two of them.
and then block you, you can't feel no type of way. You can't feel no
Mm-hmm.
type of way because none of what you said makes sense to me. Oh, you don't know how much I care about you and how much I love. Boy, if you don't shut that fucking shit up, you saying that shit to make you feel better.
Yeah.
Cause it's damn sure not relieving nothing from me. But you
Absolutely.
know what did? But you know what did relieve something from me? Something that make a fuck off. That did something
It's
for
not
me.
even revenge. That's like, yo, I need my peace and you are disturbing it. You gotta go. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that, I wouldn't consider like breakup revenge. It's
Revengeful.
more like, nah, man, you are messing with my self worth, my sense of peace. You have to go. There, like that's a little bit different. And I wonder if maybe that's why he was so peaceful about it and strategic about it, because he's like,
Because
"Ring."
because he was over it, right?
Yes.
Like, oh
I think you're right. He got to that point.
no. Well, he couldn't have been over it because then he wouldn't have tried to be revengeful, right?
I mean, not for nothing, but if you know someone's committing a crime, do you not report them, especially if he's scamming people
Okay. Okay.
and supporting?
Right.
Uh-uh. No, I bet you wasn't even hot enough to have an OnlyFans.
Yo, could you imagine you planning this? Like, just imagine you're planning this life with someone, you think you have found the love of your life. I know
Mhm.
how that feels to
Same.
be planning something, to feel like you found the love of your life, and then you're like,
Mhm.
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what?
But I think that's the betrayal. That's the worst part about it. It's like we have this whole thing. We it's us against, and then you just kind of fuck it up and introduce someone else into it, like your throuple unknowingly. There's
I
one
told
time where
you.
mm.
Go ahead, go ahead, go
Go
ahead, go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
I was so angry. I've been angry before, but I will say that I genuinely feel like some of my anger was misplaced because some of it was my poor decision making. Because like had I read the flags beforehand, I wouldn't have been where I was. So some of that anger was misplaced. So I was more angry at me. Fair enough. But like I once told the mistress, like, did you know? I guess he didn't tell you about the bun in the
Yeah.
oven. And straight up lie, but I wanted to see how far it kind of had gotten. And
Hmm.
then I was like testing the boundaries. There's a part of me I was like, we're gonna see how this shakes out because I'm gonna know exactly what I need to know. And I said it in a text, like, I guess he didn't tell you about this. And it, of course, it came full circle. And then I caught some heat behind it, but I was like, I'm catching heat. How you telling this chick that is one way when it ain't that way? Um, and I think there was one time the worst thing I could say is like that I'm willing to share is like I threw a cologne bottle that kindly smacked him in the back of his head.
Did it not up?
Oh, there was
Did
some
it
blood
not?
involved. He had a knot
Oh, really?
and a nice cut behind it. And I was like, you deserve
I
every
mean, I
minute
don't
of it.
condone violence. I don't condone domestic violence, but I want to say this.
Same.
Good shot.
Same. I mean, the part,
That's some
right?
good
Maybe.
aim. I think that runs in the
Honestly,
family because I got some good aim.
I don't even think I was aiming for it. It was a happy accident.
Isn't it
um,
crazy how you get it right on accident?
yeah. It's like, oh, how about that? Oh,
Oh, look at that.
sucks for you. Off you go to work with that knot. Need a band-aid?
Oh, you just cleared things up. I bet you everybody's gonna know exactly who you was talking about now. Oh, it must have been him. It's him. That's who
Oh,
it
I
is.
doubt it. When I
No,
severed ties, it was like I cut everybody from socials. Like, nope, 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 no,
I
no,
did that too. I did that
no.
too. You know, when I think about that situation that we was talking about earlier, and I know that you know, and you clarified it for me, and I appreciate that you was like, well, that's not really vengeful. That's just I'm not going to allow you to disturb my peace. But you know, when I look back on it now and I really think about it, I'm almost willing to bet you money that he was messing around with that one person that he brought up a lot. And the reason why I say that is because I remember thinking about it and I just straight up asked that person because where he works at, they do these like single parent type things where they kind of mix and mingle. They promote marriage
Oh,
where in that environment, they promote marriage,
okay.
especially amongst, I can't really say,
The group.
I can't really say, right.
Okay. Mm-hmm,
You understand what I'm trying to say?
mm-hmm. Hmm.
They promote marriage, which I think is great. They're all about marriage, family, yada, 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 right? And it's an incentive in that community because you get incentive.
Mm,
You know,
mm-hmm,
like tax
mm-hmm.
time. You're married, your tax time, you're like, boom, oh wow, look at this. We got a bigger check because we're
Yeah,
married, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like that. That's what I mean by incentive, right? But I look back on something that this person said, and I remember thinking to myself, because they had these like community type things. And so he was saying how him and this person was having a conversation about it. And he was always talking about how him and this person that worked in another area was having these conversations. And I remember thinking in that moment when he's brought it to my, he's talking about it, I said, well, hey, I mean, is that something that you're interested in doing? No, no. But in my mind, in the back of my mind, I was like, he's talking about conversations that he's having with this person. And it's not like the person is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you actually have to walk to that person's area to have these type of conversations.
Oh. Okay, so like he was seeking out as opposed to it just
And,
happening
right. And so then
organically.
right. So I asked
Oh.
him, I was like, is that something that you want to do? You want to join these communities, or is that, something that you're looking at? He was like, absolutely not. No, no, that's not what it is. And I remember it was shortly after that when that person was like, when I kind of came down on that person about what are you doing here? Where are we going here? And I kind of told the lie.
Oh. Okay.
And I look back on it now, and it's amazing how that saying that they say 2020, what is it? Hindsight is 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
look back on it now, and I was like, that's probably why it was so easy for him because he was already.
Have
And that's
that.
how, I'm not trying to be funny. That's how most motherfuckers are.
Mm-hmm.
Most motherfuckers, they not gonna feel real confident and secure in saying fuck you unless they know they got another game plan in the works.
I have. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Wow. So
That's how
that's where that
come that
shift
person was
was.
like,
That's the shift. Oh, wow.
and
Wow.
it's amazing how you
Mm.
can think about something later. It really wouldn't even surprise me if that destination wasn't chosen and the other destination was chosen to where that situation could progress. I'm choosing here, where you choosing?
Have you looked up the other person to see if
No, because
girl,
it
you don't
wasn't
need to
that
know.
deep for me.
Okay,
I
you
don't
don't
want
need
to know.
to. Okay. Wow.
But a part of me looks at that and be like, oh, you know what? And the only reason, and the other reason why I thought about it is because I know somebody, my one of my baby sisters, the young one, the one I told you that's in that line of business.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she based her moves. She tries to base her moves off of her future husband, where what area they gonna be in. And they may not be right there together, but they're close enough for a drive. Oh yeah, it's about an hour, it's about 2 hours. That's about 45 minutes. That's like right there.
Oh, wow.
And I could be speculating, but in my mind, it makes so much sense.
It's
And
falling
it,
into
it
place.
makes so much sense. It makes so much sense
Wow.
for your words don't mean shit. It's your actions.
Oh,
It's your
wow.
actions.
When did you come to this? When did this? When did this? Dang, girl. Okay. Oh,
Before
yeah,
this
that would make
episode,
sense. Because
even
of
before this
what
episode,
you texted me?
yep, that
Oh,
kind of brought a lot of feelings. When I
wow.
saw it, it brought a lot of feelings, and it allowed me to take a step back.
Okay. And okay. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting
You know,
that. Whoa. Hindsight 2020 type scenario. Yo. Huh. Okay. Like,
Oh,
whoa.
I was loyal. I loved
Mm,
you. Boy, love doesn't work like that.
no.
Love don't work that way. Love means no matter where you go, I got you. That's love. Sis, no
Hmm.
matter where you go across this world, I got you.
Hmm.
No matter where my kids go across this world, across the fucking globe, whatever, in all the fucking space, bitch, I got you.
Yeah. Wow.
That's love. That's genuine.
And respect too. That's like that, like those things kind of go hand in hand. I think that if you respect someone enough, you will say, hey, look, I'm feeling some kind of blah, blah, blah. Maybe we need to do it. Like those conversations. If you respect someone, respect any type of relationship, you'd be having those conversations before.
And I'm your
Yeah.
best friend. I'm your
Right.
best friend. Bitch,
Right.
suck a dick. I'm not your
Wow.
best friend.
Two of them. You know who you are. Two of them. Bitch ass. Wow. Oh, girl, I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't
Hmm.
until we started talking.
It kind of fell into place. Interesting.
Yeah.
Girl. Yeah. Well, that's a sobering moment.
And then yeah, right.
Uh,
Oh, my ex is reaching out to me. My ex is reaching out to me. Oh, I don't know what she want. I don't know why she trying to conversate with me. For all I
mm,
know,
mhm,
y'all have plans to meet up and hook up wherever it is that you're going, transitioning
mhm.
to.
His assignment and stuff. That's a fair point. Wow, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. Huh. Well, I've always said like if you start talking about somebody else, and even if it's something in passing, that's one thing. But I think if there seems to be like a repeated mention of somebody else, then I'd be like, red flags. And maybe, it's my experience that has got me to that point where I'm like, if you keep bringing up a person, then I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but something's going on. Maybe I don't know. But then that's what makes me be like, all right, I'm gonna start digging.
And my revenge is in this situation, in both my most recent situations, right? My revenge is knowing that shit is gonna come back. And when
Hmm.
it does, you're gonna see my face.
It's
You're
like,
gonna you're gonna so regret because how I really fuck with you, I really fuck with you. Not that fake shit that you gave me.
mhm. It's
And you
also
gonna see
like,
that.
it's karma. I like something like that. I don't see it as revenge. I look at it as karma because it's one of two things that's gonna happen. Either, however, whatever you gave is what you're gonna get, or the other flip side of that is that y'all be so hell bent on making it work because you knew how you got started that they'll be fucking miserable. Do you know what I'm saying?
They won't even like each other. Y'all bitches don't even like each other.
But they will,
But y'all hate on
just
each other.
to make everything that they put everyone else through worth it, feeling like they have to. So it's either like, that's not even revenge. I just call that like, it's karma. Like her getting arrested is karma to a degree. Now, did he have to initiate it? Probably not, because she would have gotten caught anyway. She would have gotten caught
Eventually.
eventually. Like,
But
scam enough people,
I'm
somebody's going to jail. Just
but I'm
saying.
pretty sure it made him feel better.
Oh, I'm sure it did. Oh, I'm sure it did.
Honey, it made
I'm
me
sure.
feel better reading it.
Right? Good for her ass. But then for her to call and be like, "You ruined my life," I'm like, "No, chick, you ruined your
No,
own life."
you ruined your life. Like I think
I was just
you
I was
confused.
speeding up this process along.
I
Dummy.
helped you. I helped you get, look, I helped you get this resolved a little bit quicker.
Right? Like,
You
I
can start your sentence off a little bit earlier.
I never understand why people like that. Like, okay, you're fucking up. You're having this whole grand affair. You get caught out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand the point where they're just like, all right, just give it up. Accept, acknowledge everybody knows about it. How we're
Oh,
gonna move forward. Like they go into this woe is me type scenario, like someone did you wrong. Dude,
yes.
you made this happen, not me. Like I don't get that part.
Accountability.
Yeah, like
Accountability.
accountability.
Like, even in, I mean, not trying to take it off the topic, but like, even in my past situations, when I look at it, isn't it that always a thing where, well, I said, or the thing where it's not really their fault?
Mm-hmm.
Prime example, somebody was going around with a rumor of the reason why a relationship was dissolved, but they really didn't tell
Oh,
the whole story. They
okay.
only told the parts that was about me.
Oh,
Oh, she did this or she did that, or, but never told, hey honey, boo, when I did what I did, I told you what I was
yeah.
gonna do. Cause I told you that I was done with the situation, right?
Like trying to
So
make
I think
themselves look good
sometimes
about.
trying to make, that's it. So they want to clarify, they want to clear their own conscience. They want to look good for
Mm-hmm.
everybody else, but they don't really want to take accountability for it.
Yeah.
Especially with this story right here in particular. Oh, you ruined my life. You no, no.
Oh, we should
Not only did he not
contest
ruin not only did he not ruin your life, but he probably protected a lot of other people because y'all was on a roll
I
with
mean,
this
scamming
fraudulent
people.
shit that y'all was doing. Y'all was on a roll.
And by the way, what kind of money would you need to fund like not for nothing, right? Because the guy was scamming to fund whatever her OnlyFans was that what it, if I was right. So what type of money do you need to fund that type of account? Like I don't know anything about those OnlyFans things. I've never even seen it, but what type of money? No, you was just scamming. But then remember, in the first it proceeds in the article, it turns out he was actually part of a larger scamming ring. That
But the
was
thing is,
the kicker.
but, okay, but you know what else I find funny about that? Is I feel like exactly what you said earlier. Oh, you couldn't have been too good because most people that do the OnlyFans thing, they don't need
I was being shady.
no income other than what you're going to get from OnlyFans, right? If you're making money off of OnlyFans, I'm confused.
Well, I think maybe he was using that as an excuse to kind of funnel it somewhere. But yeah, because this says, wait, 1 month later, the FBI took over the case because her lover was part of a larger online scam group with many victims.
Mm,
So he was using your ass too, ma'am. I have no sympathy for that
so
person.
your boyfriend wasn't just your boyfriend.
Oh, and then by the way, oh my god, oh my god, this is so webbed because I'm like, wait, he was using
I'm
you
listening.
to funnel his money for whatever scams he was running with his people, his crew. But then I don't know. I was gonna say something and it went. It was good too. It was a good one. Oh well, guess it
Girl,
wasn't too good because I forgot it. What was I trying to say? Oh damn, I hate when that
and
happens.
it's probably really good too. I'm
Oh no, I
listening.
forgot.
Like, I'm
I
so
forgot.
waiting for you to do it.
It would be at midnight. I'd be like, oh, that's what I was gonna say. 5 hours later, I'll remember. What the fuck? What the fuck was it? What was I gonna say? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It was
I was trying to see if I
good.
could use it to do an ad.
Fuck. So he was scamming because he was part of a larger group. Couldn't she have been scamming too? Because you don't really, in my brain, you don't need money to set up that sort of social media. Like, aren't people like paying? I don't know, maybe to build up. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. It was good. I was like, girl, I bet you I can't bet nothing right now because I'll be old. Now, do you think he was the asshole for calling the FBI? Because some people feel like he crossed the boundary.
I don't feel like he was an asshole at all. N- I don't want to speak from my own hurt. That's why I had to kind of hold back and make sure
Mm,
before I spoke, right?
okay.
Because sometimes when we have our own hurts or our own situation that has have happened, we feel like everybody's justified in their shit. Like, yeah, get them. That's it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we be wrong. But this particular situation, I don't feel like he was wrong. And not just because it was revenge. I don't feel like he's wrong because she was literally doing something that was affecting other people's lives, not just their relationship, what he thought they had, right? She was living a lie between him and her, absolutely, because she had another situation going on. But the
Mhm.
fact that she was out here a criminal, like, dude, aren't you happy you found this out before y'all had this wedding? You are marrying a fucking fraud.
Yeah.
You are, thank God you don't have any kids with her, or maybe that's just not what you implemented in the conversation. But could you imagine you have kids with this
No.
person,
No.
and then you have to deal with this person for 18 years
No.
or more, your whole life, technically, right?
Yeah.
But at least by the time they're 18, you can limit it according to what you can deal with,
Yeah, like co-parent until
right?
and then.
We can take it in better doses now because I know it's not a every weekend or twice or three times or 50
Yeah.
times or every damn birthday or every damn holiday. You know what I'm saying? You can take it. Yeah, mm. No, not this year,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah,
Not
like,
this
"Oh,
year.
I don't
No.
have to." Yeah.
Yeah,
How about
I don't
that?
have to do it this year. Okay, I love you. I'll see you after your birthday. Okay, baby, love you. Okay, much ass. We'll do something. I'll do something for you just for you. Okay. All right. Enjoy the party.
Now, do you
I'm not
think
gonna
that
be
he
there.
was wrong? Because I don't know.
Absolutely
It
not.
is no,
I
no, no.
don't
What
feel
about
like he was
putting
wrong.
I don't think so either. I personally don't because I'm like, if you have knowledge of said crime, then you're liable too. So yeah, go ahead and blow up their shit. I don't think he was wrong. I think his
I
intention
don't.
behind it would be the wrong thing. Like, is it strictly revenge, or is it you really feel your moral compass says that this is you're doing illegal shit and
Wrong.
you need to be held accountable?
Mm,
But it's hard to
right.
say what their feeling is. But some people disagree and feel like he was in the wrong. Like, for one person says,
Really?
yeah,
They're cheaters. They're all cheaters. They don't count. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
maybe. No, maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of it. The people who are saying he is wrong are the ones that's more liable to do the dirt. Because one poster says, "You the asshole." YTA, you're the asshole.
No.
Sounds like she got turned out
No.
by us. This is funny.
What?
Hold
Girl,
on.
please read
I gotta
that.
start again. YTA sounds like she got turned out by a scammer Romeo pimp and you call the FBI on her. That's a good one.
I think it is too.
But then someone else says that you're the asshole for stalking her with an air tag and announcing it here like it's normal with zero accountability. Ooh,
Okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I don't know
Okay.
about that.
So that did really cross my mind that if you're to the point where you got to air
Mm,
tag somebody
mhm,
or track somebody or locate somebody, there's
mhm.
already a problem, right?
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, had he not did that, how would he know?
yeah,
How would he know? How would all of those people that they were scamming know who the hell did it?
Oh, I know. I mean,
I don't.
thing is, it's like seek and you shall find. If you don't want to know
Uh,
the answer, girl, don't look. Or
don't go
guys,
looking
don't
for
look.
it.
Don't go looking for one. Because when you find it, like
I'm gonna go look.
it's
I'm gonna go
brutal.
look every time, and I might
But
have some hurt feelings, but I'm gonna look.
yeah, but then it's kind of like, well, if you trusted your gut from the very get-go and feel like, hey, this is something's not right here, do you really need to go digging? If you feel, this is the question I ask because I have been there and I felt like I needed to go digging, and boy did it fucking blow up in my face. And maybe had I just said, I know what time it is, I'm out, maybe it would have been a different scenario. Like, at what point do we need to, like, if your gut says something is wrong, why do we need the proof? Why would you need to put an air tag in somebody's car? Like, I mean, in this case, it worked out because now you know, but no, like there's a whole lot more going on than just someone like stepping out of the relationship. This is like, but most people don't end up with scamming Romeos pimping on OnlyFans.
Let's hope not. God dang, we're doomed out in these motherfucking streets for real. Some of it could be validation, or some of it could be sometimes when you have been manipulated or dealt with manipulative people or manipulative person, sometimes you just have to say, is it me? Yeah, there's that thing where we have to trust our gut. And me and you talked about that, right? Because we've had inklings, we've had ideas, we had those ah, that explains it moments, right?
Yeah,
But we also have come to realize that when we trust our gut, we're usually right. But I
yeah.
think I'll use my case. I had to know that it wasn't just me. That validation, like I had to know. And if I would have been wrong, I would have been like, yo, Janine, you really got a fucking problem here. But I wasn't wrong. Usually you're not wrong. Usually it's exactly what we said. If you feel it in your gut, go with your instinct. But sometimes we just have to know. Me personally, like, no, I had to know. I had to see this for myself. And I don't know why. It's almost kind of like you're inflicting hurt, right? But I so much rather inflict that hurt for that moment than to be study questioning, is it me?
I mean, I get that, but at what point do we just stop saying, okay, I know this is what I know. I feel mm, now it's
Yeah,
twofold, right? At
you're
what
right.
point do we say, okay, I've been down this road before, I know what it looks like, I'm tapping out without having to go dig for it? Now, I've been there, so I'm like, I feel like I don't know if I would handle things the same way as I have in the past. And God willing, I won't ever have to get to that point. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful for that. And I will continue to remain so. But I think to myself, at what point do we stop? Because every other time that I have said to myself, I need to see it, I already knew the answer. Well, at
That's
what point do
true.
we, like, for this guy? At what point do you just say, okay, I already know what time it is? Like, we can just break it off. I don't even need to do all this stuff. I can save myself the hassle and the FBI knocking on my damn door. I mean, come on. And embarrassing, now you still got to live there, sir. So they're gonna be wondering. Your neighbor's like, "Ooh, the FBI's next door. What's going on over there?" Let's avoid all that. You can go live with your scamming ass boyfriend. I don't know. It's just a question that I asked. Like, at what point do we just start saying, "Okay, I'm trusting my
You're
gut
right.
on this one, and if I'm wrong, fuck it, I'm wrong." But 9 times out of 10, I'm right.
But you don't feel like if you don't see it, like if you don't actually, you don't feel like you'll always have that second guess? No?
I don't know.
Maybe it's just me. Because I feel like if I wouldn't see what I see, and actually, I would know what I know. But if I don't like see, when you see it, there's no second guessing how we move it. I
So
see it,
I've had others,
right?
like, I've been on the side of it being like, and not in this kind of relationship of, well, you're just an asshole because you decided to put your foot down on things that you knew that you could feel coming. Like, I knew this situation was going to come, and I was like, but no, as a person, I cannot continue to allow you to run this. I can't allow you to run me because you think it's going to look one way, but it's not. And if had I trusted my gut from the beginning, it would have been maybe a different turnout. I don't know. And there's a lot of fallout that came from it. And I'm still the asshole, and I don't really give a shit, because if setting up boundaries is to protect my peace of mind is a bad thing, well, then I guess it is, and I'll just be the fucking asshole. Fuck it, whatever. But it kind of goes back to, like, at what point do we start saying, like, this is what it is, and I know it. I don't really have to see it to know. Like, had you trusted your gut from the beginning, it maybe you wouldn't, like, if you trust your gut in the beginning at A, you wouldn't have seen Z. You know what I'm saying? Because you would have known at A. I don't know. It's just a question that I asked. Like, would he have needed to, this fella here? Like, had he just said, okay, something's off, I don't know what it is, I'm done? Because she started moving different way before he even got to the point where he's putting an air tag in her car. She switched up her habits and how she was moving. So why wasn't that
Right.
the
Wasn't why that the already the the not just a
yeah.
sign, but initiation of, yeah, I'm about to be done with this.
Yeah.
I
Probably
don't
could
think
have
he's an
he
asshole.
I don't think he's the asshole either. Cause but maybe had he just snipped it up in the bud a little bit earlier, she wouldn't have gotten arrested. But I guess she deserved it. Maybe that was the point. He was supposed to be the catalyst of how she, and sometimes God uses you in ways that you could never ever imagine. And you're like, oh, I see now, but that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Just saying, you know? And you be sitting
Yeah.
here like, well, why did I have to go through all this and blah, 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 blah. But you are the thing that causes something bigger to happen in a better way, but you don't realize it because it's painful or whatever. Like, you get used, God will use you, and you just don't know it. But when you look back, you're like, girl, I see it. Fine. But this wasn't how I want. This won't it, but okay, fine. You know?
How profound is that?
It's like, mm, that's a deeper conversation. A way
Yeah, we
deeper
definitely have to
conversation.
touch. We're gonna have to touch on that one, right?
Mhm. Think about,
Yeah.
sometimes I have this like feeling is way bigger than you can ever imagine. And even though you're having to reap this pain or sorrow that's coming from it, there's a bigger picture that you don't see yet that actually does need to happen. And you're just the poor sucker. Bring it about. Not funny, but kind of. I've been there. And you're like, oh, well, okay, now I see it. Okay, fine. But this one it. Thank you. But that sucked.
Yeah.
The situation with Pinky, like, she was straight up the fucking asshole, but look at what's coming from it. So she was the catalyst to bring around something that was, that pushed you in a direction where you needed to be for the kids. So even though it feels like one way, but there's something really beautiful that's coming out of it. Just using that as the example of how sometimes God will use you in a way that you didn't expect to bring something better. Um, ain't that some shit?
All jokes aside, and I thought about this too. I know this seems really weird, right? But I definitely thought about this too. And I thought about it over the weekend with that situation where I was thinking about both of those relationships. If you remember, just like something had to happen to Jesus for us to be saved, remember he did have to be betrayed.
Mm. Mm.
He knew he was going to be betrayed. Like
Mm.
Judas,
Mm-hmm.
Judas that betrayed him had to play that role before we would could get here. So even though we're like, "Oh, I can't stand you, Judas," a part of us should be saying, "Thank you for being a jackass," because
I mean, that takes a lot of self
no,
worth to be
no,
like, oh,
do
thank
you
you.
understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, yeah, I do,
Yeah,
but I
no,
do.
no, 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 no. Like he
It's
had
true.
to do that. He, if he wouldn't have done that, we couldn't be here
Very true.
where we are now, right?
100%.
We
Yeah.
wouldn't have the blood of Jesus, right? So I look back on how I've been betrayed, right? And that's remember how that chick did me, right? But that's the only reason why
Mm.
I knew what I knew. And even then I was still in denial about it, right? I was like, nah,
Yeah.
no, no,
Yes.
impossible, impossible. But had that not happened,
Yeah.
had that not happened, just like the other situation with oh girl, if she wouldn't have hurt my feelings and made me feel the way she made me feel, I wouldn't have pulled together and started doing other stuff that benefited me,
Yeah.
benefited my house,
I
benefited
agree.
my kids.
100%. So, like,
So sometimes
even,
the hurt has to happen.
yeah, sometimes it's hard to, and this is going down a road we weren't planning on going, but sometimes I think,
Okay.
yeah, we'll leave that there.
I'm
But you're right.
sorry.
Yeah. And it's hard to kind of receive that. And sometimes it's hard to accept it. But I know, like, there was something that had happened that, I was talking to Barbara about, and I was like, I don't understand this.
Do you
Fucking
want to
congratulations again.
share?
No, no,
I'm sorry.
no, mm-mm,
Is
nope.
it me?
Nah,
Okay.
girl. It's
Okay.
the
I feel like we never mind.
yeah, yeah. This ain't it. Yeah. We can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. Yeah. Yep. But anyway, no, we don't think he was the asshole. We think he was justified. And good for you, sir, for not sitting back and just letting her run off and be a fucking asshole scamming people on
And
OnlyFans.
scamming more people. Okay.
Hmm.
Thanks for writing that
Bitch
hole. That part.
ass. I don't want to
Tell
bleep
it.
that, but I'm gonna have to.
Um,
Maybe I will. I don't know.
why?
We'll see how it plays out.
She's a hoe. And she was conducting herself as such.
As such.
I mean,
Shit.
she was.
Um, you ain't lying. Everyone, I hope that thank you so much for listening to this episode. We really appreciate you guys, as always, being supportive of our humble podcast. We hope you've had fun. And, we're going to try to incorporate some fun things so we can alleviate all this tension that's in the world right now. Bring you guys some joy. That's our goal for the next couple of episodes, for sure.
And as always, feedback. We will not be able to grow without you. Guys, our ousters from day one, our new ousters, all the ousters that's gonna be on board in just a few, cause we gonna blow up. Everybody gonna know. So get us and start following us on the way up,
Hmm.
cause we going. Feedback, any type of ideas or topics that you would like us to discuss, let us know. We do shy away from politics.
Hard.
And rightfully so. That's not us. That's not our thing. And we do have opinions, but we're just not going to share them. Not with the world, with each other, but
Mm-hmm.
not with the world. And we are really looking forward to some guests that we are going to have join us
Mm-hmm.
in the future
Yes.
coming up.
February 11th
And
recording. Mhm.
yes, and yeah, if you would like to be a guest and you have something good to talk about, don't be coming on here with no trolling stuff. That we not doing.
No,
But
no. And also
girl, let's not
know
talk about the trolls.
that troll. But I will say, even though we're trying to, we're staying away from politics, we are going to talk about things that are impacting our community,
That
and we try to be careful with it. Yeah,
tread
because it's
lightly,
kind of
right?
delicate. Sometimes it's hard not to talk about the political side of things that are happening in, and I think it's going to be harder for us, but maybe we'll just become more factual on these are the events. Blah, 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 blah. Here's our opinion. Blah. I don't know. But just
Period.
we will continue to talk about those things because those are things that affect our people.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
We love you guys.